in the studio.
Well, you know
like,
the beauty about it too is
qualities are gone. Yeah.
The beauty about the 70s was a lot of songs that are really popular from the 70s are not original at all. Like Led Zeppelin has quite a few famous songs that are just literally like legally stolen. They never credited the old people. Like there was like this thing, like I remember watching like something about it on YouTube where it was like they just took the music and they didn't have to credit, they didn't have to pay, they didn't have to do anything to the old artist. But they found some kind of loophole where they could just take the fucking music and just make it their own.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I don't have a problem with because this fucking sounds great. Like Led Zeppelin's like my favorite, absolute favorite
intro to
band.
Stairway to Heaven, wasn't that taken from I can't think of the band name. Was that not taken from another band though?
I don't know. I feel like
if it is, I'm not even surprised.
I feel like back then though, like there wasn't computers and shit like there are now. Like you couldn't just go online and look at shit. And I feel like back then a lot of artists, I mean, they're consuming a lot of records and CDs or whatever, and they're listening to a lot of shit. And you're probably like subconsciously like playing something you've 100%. Heard.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, that even happened with Bring Me the Horizon. Not their last record, the one before. They accidentally stole a line from oh my god, what's the band called? Evanescence? Is that it? Lady, whatever her name is.
Evanescence.
Evanescence, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually stole a line from one of their songs, and they didn't even notice. They like put the whole line in, like straight up ripped the lyrics from it.
Yeah.
And they didn't even notice. It was just like a subconscious
writing
to thing. And they found out after, and they were really worried that like she was gonna sue, like because they just straight up stole the lines. Instead, she just asked to be in one of their songs on the next album, which was
that's fucking awesome.
That's cool from her. But
that's cool as fuck.
It worked out, but yeah, it's just like I could see why that would have happened back then because you can't even like just quickly cross reference. You can't like go on YouTube and be like, oh, could have been this band. It's like I gotta go through my whole fucking record collection and figure out if I've heard this.
Yeah.
So I get why
that's so annoying. It's like I would understand if if the whole song was just like a ripoff, like the same beat and everything, but it's like there's like one line in a song or one like riff that kind of sounds similar to something happened 40 years ago. It's like, what? Like, what are the chances that they actually fucking just were like, I'm just going to take this song, I'm just going to take this little riff for 4 seconds and then fuck them. Like, that's not how people make music nowadays.
A lot of people probably aren't doing that, especially if you're talking about like Bring Me the Horizon. I mean, they have so much to lose with something like that. They would definitely not blatantly just steal,
And they've been around for what, like 20 years? They're just like, all of a sudden, like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just start stealing music.
Yeah. I mean, it's just influence, like with anything else. I mean, you don't really realize that you're doing it. I mean, I'll come up with shit on guitar or whatever. I'll play something, I'll be like, and I'll show it to my bandmates. And there's been times where it's like, dude, that is literally this song. Mm-hmm. And it'll pull up like some old like Led Zeppelin song. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even realize that's like I just rewrote that in my brain.
Yep.
And just didn't even realize.
Yeah,
it's because you can only do so much with like you can only
there will be a point in time where everything's been written is what you're trying to say.
Music, exactly. Like me, there's too much music.
Progression.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing like metal and stuff where it's...
Who made a video about this? Somebody made a video about that. Was it Vsauce?
There was a Vsauce video. I think something about there's only a certain number of there's only a certain number of combinations of anything in the universe that can be made, right? So at someday, like everything will be written, which is kind of sad to think about.
I mean, I'm sure we will be consumed by our sun before that point, but
yeah.
I don't know, dude. I feel like we're probably already close to that point.
Actually, I think the Andromeda would crash into us before our sun.
That won't hurt anything at all. Andromeda. It's like
Andromeda crashing into the Milky Way. I think so.
No, everything is way further apart than you're definitely thinking of. That is a well-known fact that it will literally cause nothing but the night sky to look different. Crashing is not a good word for that. It's more of a mixing and mingling.
Jesus Christ, we just went from song sounding the same to the fucking universe.
Well, especially with the way that like gravity would work.
Roller coaster. This podcast
would not be feasible.
I don't know.
I feel like we're close though with music because so much pop music is like.
Well, that's just because it's meta.
Pop music is now literally just straight steals beats.
There's a lot of sampling that happens, and then there's a
lot of sampling.
People realize that the 1564 6415, like two most common chord progressions is pork progression.
It's just a pig growing up.
It's just
At
what
one
people
point in our near future, all pork will be the same.
This is what people like to listen to, is all I was trying to say. So, yeah.
I think it's just like YouTube, though. It's meta. I mean, our videos, to somebody who doesn't really pay attention to it, because like none of us are super big hip-hop enthusiasts, all of our videos to somebody who's not a huge gaming enthusiast probably look the fucking same. It's just metas, right? Now there'll be, after hip-hop, something else will be popular again. I mean, it was... We had fucking dubstep, we had emo, it'll just switch again. And then everything will be fresh again. We'll get back to rock eventually. And
have you noticed that like now everybody's kind of into shit that was like popular in the 80s, like mullets are back.
That's just humans. That's
shit's just
naturally,
cyclical.
Yeah, we have inspirations. We look back and go like, damn, my dad looked really cool when he was fucking my mom with a mullet. I'm gonna get a mullet.
It's all about just putting your own fucking spin on it, you know?
Well, sometimes with our videos too, we'll have like I remember there was one time where I made a joke about Stephen Hawking drowning in a pool, and that joke had been made by Wildcat like a couple years before. So sometimes that shit happens with comedy too. You just make the same shit.
Oh, for sure. The Game Grumps.
Especially like us with like, Game Grumps too with the Obama
like
thing.
3 Game Grumps jokes, and people are like, you guys are copying Game Grumps. It's like, I don't think
literally
any of us
have never
watched
seen a
them.
Game Grumps video in my life.
Yeah, I watched them way back in the day a little bit.
There's two dudes that just sit there and just play games and crack jokes.
It's like Goons Gaming, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Goons Gaming, yeah.
Yeah.
Except a lot better.
And they actually
professional.
they upload. Yeah.
Well, they like fully edit their stuff, and it's like, it's not just.
We haven't posted on there for 4 months.
Damn.
Every time I bring it up, I want to point out I've been the one to bring it up. It's been shot down every time.
I want to do it.
I've tried.
Yeah, you do bring it up a lot.
I love Goons Gaming.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I like it too.
Let's listen to Matt. Yeah, then maybe we should upload a goddamn fucking video on it at some point.
Maybe Soup's got a video on his hard drive that just needs a little cock censoring, and it
Actually,
could go
doesn't he
anytime.
have 2 on his hard drive?
No problem.
I think I just have 1, but
Don't you have like the weird like sex scene one?
Yes, it's
like,
so
where it's
long.
literally just straight up porn for like.
It's an hour and a half, and I don't want to watch the whole thing to find booby.
Send it to your editor.
Well, we could just find an editor to do it.
Yeah. True change.
I'm sure we can start monetizing. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't send anything to anybody. We're not going to look at it.
I don't want our fucking email to be all full of shit.
Do we have an email?
Shut up.
All right. I have no argument.
Always funny?
Damn.
I can't even like. Yeah, I have nothing. All right.
I win. You lose.
Dude, we're copying people by doing a podcast.
That is true.
Joe Rogan did it first.
Joe Rogan. Yeah, Joe Rogan did it first. I wonder what the first podcast ever was.
Actually, I think Joe Rogan had the guy on that I'm pretty sure was like one of the first ones to do it.
Oh shit.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it was just radio, like radio talk shows are basically.
Yeah, but podcasts are kind of just like a.
I think it might have been the first video podcast guy. I think he had him on. I could be wrong.
Because
I wouldn't attribute a podcast to a radio, because radio you can't really like re-listen to it. And it's not really like.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a different like form of media. I guess it was probably just the inspiration for.
I mean, the first
Spiritual
two guys
successor.
or first few dudes who sat in a room and just talked about shit. It's probably happened
Probably
80 fucking years ago.
The disciples.
Yeah, exactly. But like
they were breaking bread with Jesus.
Podcast kind of became a thing where it's like you upload a file and then you can just listen to it as many times as you want, like a song, but you're just sitting there talking about,
nothing interesting at all.
Your one sponsor killing you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that's our only sponsor, and you have literally told people it will kill you.
Good
This
start.
is why one sponsor. This is why.
When are we gonna get merch out?
I don't know. People keep asking me, and I don't know what to tell them. We have merch. It is done.
It's ready to go, baby.
It'll probably kill you as well.
It'll choke you in your damn sleep.
Yeah,
One free sample of
Chinese dye that'll kill you.
We made it with lead paint in a sweatshop, so I don't know, dude.
It has built-in asbestos in the fibers. It's awesome.
Jeff Bezos built in.
It will slowly
Bezos.
shrink and cut off all circulation until your limbs fall off.
Yeah.
Also, one burp for every shirt.
It is done though, and I don't know why. Oh, yeah, actually, I do know why we didn't have it up yet. I know exactly why, and his name starts with an M, and he's the only one that makes some money.
No, I did that.
Shit.
I did that like a month ago.
We had to have a bank account. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't give his info.
That didn't have anything to do with the merch.
About a week ago.
That's why we didn't start the merch because we didn't have a bank account for the income.
Is it Bobby Schmurda's fault?
It's Bobby Schmurda's. How did you know? How did you know he was here? He was a surprise guest. That's the last person I think we'd get.
We just introduce him now at the 52-minute mark in the podcast.
Have him do a live performance on the podcast and then leave.
He's just been sitting in silence the whole time.
Is he out of jail yet, or is he listening in jail? Bobby,
Yeah,
can we get an artist to perform on the podcast?
That'd be sick.
my God.
we had Tim Henson and we didn't have that.
We have Dude do that sometimes. He played piano on the last podcast.
Dude, perform something now.
What do you want?
Interstellar.
Something that will get copyrighted since we talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, something that'll get this podcast DMCA.
My money.
Oh
Dude
shit.
finally gets paid.
Let's go.
That's smart, dude. I'm gonna start playing some Slackjaw here. Just start claiming it.
It's
I
the
have
only way you
nothing.
guys can get paid. Just
Claim it.
Oh, looks like I'm releasing a song.
All right. Well, I claim this one. You get the next one. So.
That's fucking
Alright, hold
funny.
on. Now what are you gonna do, bitch?
Oh shit.
What are you gonna fucking do now?
You guys are funny.
Die.
Thank you. Okay. But yeah,
Hold
we
on.
do have merch.
Yeah.
Now
it's coming
what's gonna
soon.
happen if I
That's
do
only
this?
Ah!
Jesus.
Stop.
I'm
So,
gonna
like-
get lit as fuck. Is what's gonna happen.
That was so like ear piercing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's McNasty's song.
Is
Oh.
it?
Yeah.
Old when I used to make
You
EDM.
fake fans, dude.
That didn't
Fake
sound like
McNasty
reason to
fan.
me.
When have I ever admitted to
made
being a
music.
McNasty fan?
It's like when I did before I did YouTube.
McNasty, I could see you at like Coachella just jumping up and down to that.
Dude, you should actually play that's what you need to do in your free time. Just become a fucking DJ, McNasty.
DJ McNasty.
Just go to a fucking rave and start playing your fucking beats.
Yeah, but
Play whatever the fuck. Enough PCP and people dance to anything.
the problem is I like to sit in one spot.
Okay, sit in a
Dude,
wheelchair and
we can
DJ.
make you a little EDM wheelchair that lights up RGB and shit.
Razor wheelchair.
To pretend to be fucking disabled.
Well, I don't think you're
You don't have to
pretending, but
You're so funny.
haha, you're retarded.
You would actually be perfect as a DJ, dude. You could be like Marshmallow and wear your box head, sit in a wheelchair that's RGB and play your bangers to people on drugs. Fuck yeah.
I don't think he likes the idea.
I could just hear his like sound effects in the songs that he DJs and it's just like just shit and
throwing up.
farting. Yeah, it'd be great.
Dude, you should definitely do that. That'd be sick. Why not?
Why, you don't want to pretend to be paraplegic for income? You piece of shit.
What a pussy.
I don't know. I mean, it was something I did before YouTube, and I really loved doing it back then. But I haven't really thought about ever doing it again. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, what?
Bring
you're-
it back.
that's
Bring
fair.
it back. Play a festival. Play Bonnaroo.
I was in a